Come on, Hawaiian again.
I got an idea.
Slightly crazy hair today. I was just thinking the same thing.
Just kill the man. That's how my mother likes to spend her Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day, isn't it?
Yeah!
Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day, Mum. Wherever you are down there somewhere.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day.
Now I've gone and thrown it all away. Sing along, guys. Mama.
Mama.
Ooh. No?
Voodoo.
Happy Mother's Day, Mum. In Cyprus, I haven't seen you for 2 years.
Jeez.
Great.
At least she's warm over there.
Yeah, she's warm.
She is warm. So Mother's Day coming up. How exciting this week. Hope you're all planning nice surprises for your Mars.
Wow.
I am.
Mine
Do you
gets
know
one
what my
every
surprise
day.
is? Mum, look, turn round. I'm in Cyprus behind you. Look, Mum. Joke. It was a
No,
joke.
actually, you could
I
put your little
tried.
tropical background on, couldn't you?
Tom. I was going to surprise her, but the COVID police said I wasn't allowed to leave the country. So, Mum, it's not my fault.
Oh, poor mums. I will be seeing mine. I think she's close by. I want to know how to do that. I want to know how to do that. How do you do that?
Where it says stop video, there's an arrow next to it.
I really want to change my background.
Alexa,
I really want to change.
No one was talking to you.
I really wanted to change the front ground. It can't go unnoticed either, though, that there is another very important mother in my life, and that being my wife, who is the mother of 5. Maybe not all biological, but when you've brought them all up, she deserves an applause. Well done, Luce.
And it's her birthday.
And also
just had a
Tom's mum.
birthday.
Tom's mum's brought up as many kids as Lucy has, so
And
she
she had
knows
to
what
bring
it's
me
like.
up.
Yeah, and you being one of
True.
them.
I was a good boy.
I don't think my
On
family's
Mondays.
got a black sheep of the family yet. We haven't discovered one. Not quite as bad as you, Tom. Kicking and screaming his way through life.
Yeah.
Kicking, screaming, and smoking his way through life. Kicking, screaming, smoking, and drinking his way through life. Alex, got anything to add?
Yeah, I don't have to say it on
Naughty.
camera though.
Yeah, is it got a lot of expletives?
Yes, a lot. I'll save it for offline.
I do actually have quite a funny story about. I was talking to the Brazilian lady from down the pub, Alessandra, bless her, and we were talking about childhoods and all sorts of stuff. And she was saying her mum had it easy. She was brought up in Sao Paulo in Brazil, and she used to wake up, take herself off to school in the morning. They'd get back from school at 3 o'clock, drop their bags down, go out and play in the street. Like everyone played in the street, hundreds and hundreds of kids in the street. They'd all play football, volleyball's massive and that sort of thing. They'd come back about 6 o'clock sort of thing. Mum would have made them dinner. They'd have dinner, and then they'd go up to bed. And that's all her mum would sort of do through the day, was just make sure she did that. And one day they were out playing, and they were swimming in the river outside their house. And she felt something hard on the bottom of her foot. And her brother dived down and from the water pulled up this gun. And they were like, I think she was saying she was like 9, 10 at the time sort of thing. They were walking back through Sao Paulo, back towards home, carrying this gun. And they thought, we'll go to the sweet shop. So they took this gun to the sweet shop. And the guy in the sweet shop was like, guys, where did you get this from? Where did you get this from? And they were like, we found it in the river. And he was like, I'll tell you what, you have these sweets and I'll have the gun. And they were like, So he gave them this box of sweets and they went, and that one, and that one. So they walked out the shop with bags and bags of sweets and left the guy with a gun. So I don't know if there was any investigations into that or anything back then, but I mean...
And then they're all dead the next day.
Well, there's a sinister side of my brain, well, most of my brain is sinister, that suggests that he actually threw that gun in there 10 years before, and his wife went missing around the same time. Anyway, back to the mothers.
Or his mother.
So what did your mothers used to do? What did your mothers used to make for you? What's your most memorable mother's dish?
Mum can't cook.
What's the most memorable thing apart from that?
Granny's quite a good cook. Nan's quite a good cook.
I think we should use Tom's mum's skills video, right? Of her knife skills.
The chili cutting video.
From a distance.
2 knives. Where the fuck I learned to cook, I have no idea. I have now seen every technique for chopping a chili.
She won't thank me for this. In fact, next time I see her, she'll probably go give me a double fingers in the eye.
Oh,
I was going to say I like to always put a post up. Have a great day, you mothers.
Mothers.
Mother, I don't remember my mother doing anything for us because it was all about her relaxing and doing sweet nothing, whilst we were supposed to furnish her with goods. And although she probably...
Was this throughout your childhood, or were you? I was just thinking generally, what was the most memorable dish that your mother made?
Oh, I see. Oh, my mother made a great Sunday dinner, so it was always I'd always be over watching, looking for tips. Go on, Tom. What?
No, I was just thinking about my mother's Sunday dinners. I mean, they're right. She's got better with age, to be fair. I think she's matured into her cooking.
Tom, don't be naughty.
What, Stephen?
Stop that naughtiness.
No.
I'll tell Mum. And she'll smack you. She wouldn't be afraid to take your pants down in front of everybody and smack your bottom.
Don't care. No, I mean,
What about you, Lexi?
Mine was a great cook, actually.
You got to look up, Lex. You got to look up.
Look up.
You're talking to Stephen. He's up there.
Oh, sorry.
You okay?
You not look up my trousers, please.
I'm not wearing any.
You're not that tall, Tom.
Yeah.
Go on, Lexi. Sorry, Lex.
Mum used to make. I think my most memorable thing was that Mum used to cook was her lasagna when we were kids, and I really remember her lasagna. It's
Mama's a lasagna.
Lasagna, and she did. I spent my first 2 years eating pureed food, because I burnt my tongue off. And so I just...
Well, they won't know. People won't know that about you. But Tom and I, there was a time when we first met that you didn't actually eat anything, did you?
No.
I'm not going to suggest for 1 minute, particularly with your vegan friends, that you now sit down and tuck into a 3-inch steak or half a cow. But, there were things you wouldn't eat, and it was mostly anything and everything. You're the only person I know that doesn't like sides. You don't like rice. I'm not sure about chips. I think you'd probably eat. I know you tucked in some of the.
Go for a fair few chips in our business meetings in the pub.
Yeah, because we're on
only
a low
with
budget.
mayonnaise. Only with mayonnaise. No, I don't. I like my vegetables. But I ate pureed food, so everything I ate was liquid for years, 2 years at least. So I could have had anything. I could have been eating anything, apparently. But anyway.
You were eating anything.
It all tasted the same. It was all grey and liquid. But delicious.
Delicioso.
Oh, how you've come on, Lexi.
Thanks. It's because I've been bullied by you two for so long.
You will eat this steak.
Yeah, you will.
My liver now. I don't want to do it.
One of the most when we're in service or pre-service when we're doing the prep, we're often running around the kitchen saying, "Oh, try this. Does it need?" And we all offer our opinion. Yeah, a bit more salt, a bit more sugar, a bit more this, a bit more of that. And we had a particularly busy day. I remember we were full tilt as usual, probably because we had a late night the night before, having a good few bevies. And we were probably a little bit behind in prep. And whatever happens, we always managed to get it finished right on time. But we were running around the kitchen. I remember Alex coming to me and going, "Oh, try this, quick, try this." And I put it in my mouth. So I was busy, but I got it. And she gave me a huge spoonful of rose water. Oh,
how
it's actually making me judder now. And I don't mind rose water. I use rose water in a few things.
Star anise.
Oh, I love star anise. Did I tell you a story about that? No, anyway, but I used to put it in my biryani every time, and now I'm not interested in rose water anymore.
I was making Turkish delight. And but now you won't take anything I give you on a spoon. Now you won't touch anything I try and give you on a spoon at all.
He claimed you ruined his palate.
Still
and he was going to put an insurance claim against you because he'd actually taken out a policy on how good his palate was, and that now
the skin on my back is crawling right now because of the thought of it. It's just
yeah.
We're on Mother's Day.
Me your rose garden.
Roses for Mother's Day.
So what are you going to do? What's everyone going to do? We're going to maybe make some stuff. We're going to be doing some cooking.
Well, I think we sort of come up with the plan that we're going to sort of break down what we would like to cook for Mothering Sunday. So I think it comes down to some quite classic food, doesn't it? And we've come up with a few ideas and we've shared them about with each other, and we've gone down the classic Sunday, not Sunday roast necessarily, but that Sunday sort of celebratory meal that you'd have on Mother's Day. And I think that we can all remember having a Mother's Day like it, where you'd have a nice sit down meal with your family and mum and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah, and I think a lot of people can't be with their mums this Mother's Day, so it might be nice to do things that either they can recreate when they are together, or if they are close by and they can drop off, even better.
I think every celebration this year doesn't matter what it is, it seems like a bigger celebration because of the previous year we've had and the amount of missed opportunities and all that sort of thing. So hopefully, touch wood, as the country and the world starts to open back up, that each celebration that comes this year is going to be a pretty big special one. So
well, I'm looking forward to it because I get a really warm feeling with, I think back, the radio's on. It's probably, I don't know, the charts or whatever. It could be anything. On a Sunday, it used to be quite relaxed, and they'd play a mixture of music. And my mother's over the gravy, giving it a good stir. And for me, it's just, I just want to give her something back. Just say, this is just acknowledging the influence she had on me as a person, as a cook. And I just want to, I can't be with her. I haven't seen her for 18 months, because my FaceTime don't work. That's what I say anyway.
iPro's got real bad signal at the moment.
Yeah, no, but seriously, I'm missing her, and she's going to be crying if she watches this, but she won't watch it, so it doesn't matter. No, I'm only kidding. But that's the inspiration. What about you, Tom? You're going for a classic, aren't you? Without giving her away.
Yeah, well, I think we can say what we're going to do, can't we?
Yeah, say it.
So we're doing 3 courses, and we're taking a course each. So Lexi's obviously taking the main meat course because that's what Lexi does. And she's the best at. So Lexi's
she loves her meat. We haven't done an innuendo yet.
I'm going to do a starter this week, and we're all going to put it together throughout the week. But I'm starting off, and we're just going to elevate the prawn cocktail. So new ways, different ways of doing it. Add a few different, nothing difficult, but just a few different techniques in there that takes it from your
helium balloons.
Yeah. No, it just takes it. I mean, who doesn't like a prawn? I mean, it's a classic, and it's something that people have had on Mother's Day for years and years and years on a Sunday. And it's your good old lettuce, prawns, mayo sauce. And even if you just do it in the most basic way possible, it's a combination that works, and I think everyone sort of can relate to.
I love Mickey Flanagan's explanation of the prawn cocktail. He said this wondrous dish and this exorbitant sauce at the end gathered from a Thousand Islands. The Thousand Island dressing, of course.
I've been using a lot of crayfish instead of prawn cocktails. Cocktails.
Crayfish is brilliant, isn't it? I mean, it's such an underrated, underused shellfish.
Yeah, it's so tasty.
Yeah,
I love it.
And not a fish, incidentally.
And not a fish, no. Stefan, what are you doing?
Well, I sort of hinted at it, I'm going to go for. I haven't decided on my protein yet, but I'm definitely going to go for the classic roast dinner. But I'm thinking of putting a little twist on it as well, like Tom. I'm not 100% sure what that twist is yet, but a twist nevertheless. What about you, Alex?
Yeah, well, I'm also deliberating about what I'm going to do. It could be something meringue based. Could be something chocolate based. It could be a combination of the two. But it'll be something delicious.
You know my thoughts on meringue. That I hate meringue, but at the same time, meringue features in one of my favorite desserts, and I know that you can get the balance right. So there's no pressure.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite type of meringue?
Mine.
Me.
Well, both of you. What the blimmin' hell's going on here?
He's popular.
I like an Italian meringue. In fact, I did this week actually, a lemon meringue pie, but made with aquafaba, which is chickpea water.
Vegan.
Also bingo.
A vegan meringue, yeah, but it's great. It works really well, and I did that as an Italian meringue.
So you just keep beating the chickpea water, don't you? So it acts like a
very clever
egg white.
Yeah, and it just takes a lot longer, so you need to beat it for a good 10-15 minutes.
And can you do different types of meringue with that, or is it just your classic baked meringue that you can do with that?
You can do all sorts of things. So I did an Italian meringue this time.
So you can put your sugar in, your hot sugar in, and beat it over, and it falls.
Yeah, you bake it exactly the same way as you do normal meringue. So it works.
Do Swiss meringue dehydrate? I guess you can, can't you? Meringue.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Very clever. I was just going to say that lemon meringue with it. Sorry, a lemon meringue pie or tart with the Italian meringue finish is absolutely the one that and the only one that I would probably go for.
Oh, you can't beat
just
it.
That tart.
I mean, there are those dishes in the world, and people try and play with and mess with, and sometimes you've got to stand back and go, is everything a chef, a cook looks for in a dish? It's or in a dessert as well. It's got the right balance of sugar. It's tart. It's got that the pastry, crunchy pastry, got that really sweet, airy, light topping, creaminess. It's got everything.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Works brilliantly.
Well, it's a pie by any other name, isn't it? And will you be, incidentally, Alex, will you be showing us, me in particular, how to pipe those Italian meringues?
I will indeed. Ooh. I'm gonna run through the whole process. It's so easy.
What temperature should sugar go to? Is it 180?
120? Yeah, 118, 120. Yeah.
Oh, I always go for 119.5.
Yeah, I mean, my instant read thermometer is not that good.
No, neither's mine. In fact, as I said, I made one the other day, and mine just suddenly died at 100. I was like, I've got to
I'll count to 30, and it will be at 119. I'm sure.
Let's talk Italian meringues, and what makes an Italian meringue different, apart from you're adding sugar at a different temperature.
Yes, you make a sugar syrup. So you put you add sugar and water to a saucepan, heat it through to a temperature, so 118, and then you pour that hot liquid, that hot syrup, which is quite thick, so you use a much smaller proportion of water to sugar. You pour that hot syrup into your whipped meringues as you're whipping them, and you just keep whipping them until the meringue cools down, and then it's cooked.
Yeah, that initial temperature from the sugar is cooked and set the egg whites.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you and it gives that that meringue a glossy, beautiful finish that you don't quite get.
Finish. Yeah. It's all about whipping it in and just keeping it going for as long as possible. And then you can blow torch it if you want to, or you can put it in the grill.
Sometimes we haven't got time, so we literally have to whip it in, whip it out, and just
hope for the best.
It's like dad jokes.
Tom, I could have been your dad.
You are old enough.
Stop.
You just look that way, Tom.
Is it that way? Is it for me?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, now I feel like we're both looking this way. But
for me, it's this way. It should be yes, yeah. Tom, pleased to meet you.
Oh. So that's working for me.
Yeah. No, it was your dad's birthday not long ago, and I know for a fact that he's only a couple of years off me. So I could well have been your dad in terms of age.
But then I'd be Welsh.
I've got you are Welsh, and if there was a week you wanted to be Welsh, it's this week. Oh, last week.
It's not this week.
last week, this week. It's just like the Graham Norton show. It's always filmed on a Wednesday, and they have to talk about it being a Friday.
What happened on Thursday? Well, we're presuming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there is no Thursday, not in this world.
What do we want to see from our followers this week?
Oh, I'd like to see what they're doing. I just want to see what people are doing and engaging with what we're doing. And then I think that's why we're rambling along here. We'd love to see what you guys are up to.
I'd echo that. You know, we all know we're in crazy times, nuts. We can't take them out for the Sunday meal. We can't invite them over for a slap up. So what are you doing instead? Is there anything special you're doing? If you're on your own, or if your mum's on her own, or if she's with other people, whatever, share it with us. We'd love to hear the stories. What about you, Lex?
Yeah, no, I think the same. I think it'd be good. It'd be interesting to see what other people are doing for Mother's Day and how they're, what recipes they're cooking up, and who's going to spend time with their mum, or how are they going to be doing some Zoom lunch meetings or tea parties or whatever it may be. Send a cake. So it'd be good to hear. Good to hear what other people are up to.
No, definitely. I mean, if you want to do the meal that we're not suggesting, but the one that we're putting together, obviously the recipes are going to be put out for it. We're going to do a shopping list for it. So taking some of the pressure off, really. So if you did just think, God, what can we do? Well, there's a nice balanced 3-course menu that we've put together. The shopping list will be there, so you can take that into your supermarket, butcher, greengrocer, wherever you want. Buy the stuff. The recipes are there, so it's like a step-by-step guide as well. And I think it will be a bit of fun. And if you are doing that, then obviously that's what we really want to see. And we'd love to see your take on what we put together and put out for you to try.
Yeah,
definitely.
Brilliant
definitely.
idea.
Right, well, I'm going to get on making my Mother's Day surprise. Pud.
I'm going to go and probably make more. Wow. Yeah, all I do at the moment is make pies, because we've got pies on the takeaway menu at the pub. So even though we're now on to Mother's Day and it was pie week last week, I am still going to go make some more pies now.
And I'm going to quickly realise that I haven't really prepared anything for Mother's Day, and that I need to pull my finger out, which is not unlike me.
But Stephen, we've done the work now. You can do for Lucy and the kids on Mother's Day.
I've got a
question. You can do the 3-course meal.
I've got a question. Were you like, I mean, my brother and I were 11 years old before my sister came along. She was a mistake. And clearly, my mother maintains that we were the mistake, and she was planned. Anyway, how do you have twins as a mistake? That's got to be planned, doesn't it? Let's face it.
It's bad luck.
How many? What I was going to say is, so those first 11 years were my brother and I. Mother's Day came along, and we would always come up with the most lame present, and my mother would love it every time. But I remember one of the most lame ones was, do you remember those decorative plates? They were about that big, and they had a frilly edge to them, and some sort of false gold gilding, and some gold gilding writing, mother, and there was a script saying something like, mothers are wonderful because, and there was a load of things like, because you are beautiful, because you do everything for us, because this, that, and the other. And I remember
this week,
yeah, even though I deserved it. But I remember us saving up, our coin to get us those plates. And it's only now that I think, my God, my mother looked at it and probably went, "Oh, it's lovely," and then thought, "Where the fuck am I going to put this?" and they ended up on a trellis sort of thing. You know, there's like farmers. My father had this one room with beams and stuff in it, even though we didn't live in a farmer's. It was the 80s, anything goes, Artex and whatnot. One of those shelves with the plates on it. And it was up there, pride of place. I'll bet she's still got it in her. Have you still got it, Mum? What about you? Did you ever buy your parents or your mum a lame Mother's Day gift?
I do remember. No. I do remember making a card to the extent that I can do it now.
Here's the effort.
Happy Mother's Day. Love you. Kiss, Thomas. Oh, this is
what I prepared earlier.
Shopping list on it, but and we put some flowers on there.
So was that the last card you ever sent anyone?
Yeah. So there you go. There's the light's really bad. Can you see my flower?
Yes.
There's
Yes.
the flower.
I can just about make.
And then
I can just about make
inside
out
we've
the
got
flower.
Happy Mother's Day, love you. And that actually does sit really nicely on the mantle place. And it looks, I mean, there's thought and effort that's gone into that. No, I haven't
Are you gonna
embarrassed
give
myself
that-
buying cards.
All of 12 seconds of effort.
You know
Are you
what the
gonna give it to
industry,
her
if
at the
you
end
feel
of the
like you
week?
want to boycott, that is the card industry. And I'm sorry if we've got any people that own a card shop or anything, and we've now lost
Oh,
you as a
you're one of
follower.
them, are you? I don't fall for all that crap. Buying you a love heart card on Valentine's Day. Liv, did he get you a card for Valentine?
I mean, I'm not being funny. Stephen,
No comment.
do each of the kids get Lucy a card? Or do they do one from all of them?
It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. Sometimes maybe a couple, and sometimes one.
So say you got 5 kids and they each get mother a card. The
I've
card can
got
be up to
5
£5 now. It's 25 quid. I mean, that's your starter made for your nice meal. What's the point in buying cards?
I'm with you. Maybe Tom, you don't show people how to make a prawn cocktail. Yes, show people how to make a card for less than £1 and in less than 12 seconds. And apparently, Tom says loads of thought went into it. And you could put a little stamp on the bottom. There you go, bit of burnt edging, make you look old.
I used to love doing that. Make me maps, tea stain them, burn the edges, treasure maps.
Pea stain.
You get a tea bag and dot it all over
Like
your
your
paper,
pants.
and then it goes
Pea
like this
stain.
thingy, and then Mum
Tea
would burn
bag.
the edges for me, and then I'd write a treasure map on it and roll it up and run around the garden like a idiot, pretending that I was looking for.
Boys are so different to girls. That's all I'm saying.
So tell us about Mother's Day, Lex. What did you do for your mother?
I do flowers, I do a cake, I do food, I do presents.
Well, people do this.
Yeah.
I did get her a present.
I wonder
That's
she
because
doesn't
my-
like me very much sometimes.
That's why my mother still likes me, exactly.
Yeah.
Can I just say, right, we did get her a present. It was the plate, and it was always accompanied by a card that we bought, padded no less, 1 inch thick, one of those ones you could press in and lie on as a pillow later in life.
Did have goggly eyes on it as well.
No goggly eyes, but padded.
Well,
Right.
I think that's
boys,
Mother's Day
boys are
wrapped up, isn't
definitely-
it? We know what
Yeah,
we're doing.
Yeah,
we've
boys.
sold all sorts of
Alex is
problems.
right. Boys are definitely more different than girls.
Well, should we say toodles?
Let's say
What,
toodles.
Toodle Pip? Is it Toodle time?
So I think we say so. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I reckon we have to say.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
Um,
Mother's Day, mothers.
Happy Mother's
Happy
Day,
Mother's
mothers.
Day. Yeah, Happy Mother's
Don't
Day to all the
forget.
mums out there. Thank
Yeah,
you
happy
for
Mother's Day,
bringing us up.
mothers. And
Bye.
no matter how far away your kids are, just think it could be worse. Bye. Bye. Bye.